2 skull missions. What skull planet is this? A 1. Let's let the finance report pass, and then because then we'll get the new set of missions. I wanna do some 2 skulls. I should have expected that. Tasty champion. Blackout. I say we do this blackout and then we leave to another planet. Not 2 skull, but blackouts usually drop slightly higher than what they should. At least from my experience. They like to drop some decent stuff. Yeah. That's your fault for taking quick sell, right? That's on you, Septua. I enjoy them though. It's one of those ones where if it went your way, there was a lot of good loot there. So, you know, it was luck of the draw. You lost the draw. Right. I don't know what I put on this Wolverine. I think I put M&M's on it, but I genuinely can't remember. While the mission is loading, though, I'm going to go and have a stretch and a tea break. Oh. So just lost the sea rolls? Yep. Yep, BRB, just a moment while I make myself a cup of tea. Oh, Persephone. Don't know anything about this mod, but I find it very amusing that you just have a truck in the drop list. Yep. Yep, we do have a Toyota. It's a Toyota with a bunch of mortars strapped to the back of it. So it's just a bunch of guys just plunking like mortar shells on the back of a Toyota. It's fucking great. How are you doing, Persephone? Yeah, there's quite a few of them like that. There's some of them where they've put racks on the back of one as well. So you just imagine a guy just sat on the back of it like... The sort of, if you've got a good imagination, this game has some of the funniest shit in it. But yeah, BRB, just a minute. I'm gonna go make myself a quick drink because it's coming up to the 2-hour mark. So one moment, please. If you haven't already, please do check out Persephone. I know her through Kitty Commando, but she is also a streamer herself. Also plays MechWarrior Online. Lovely community, lovely to be around. I love that group. That English is hard. That group of people, you know, Kitty, Persephone, Team Killer, all them lot. Mouse, especially Mouse. Mouse is adorable. But yeah, BRB, just a moment while I make myself a drink. Oh, my dog is a nightmare. Anytime I walk out the room, he just like guns for me. In a playful way, not like trying to kill me, but he's like, wait, he's coming out of his room, get him. Wow, that was a interesting spawn. That's an AC-20. Who's got the highest evasion? Oh, that's interesting, right. The ones I would like to go into the middle are kind of stuck on the high ground. I guess we're doing it this way. Yeah, turret. Oh, this is like worst case. Missiles. That's probably Lerms. That is probably double large. I don't know what that is. Oh, that hits you. You just back away. Right. 2 energy. Shredder turret's gotta go. I'm fairly certain that's an AC-20. I don't mind you having my back, all things considered. That's a lot of armor. I think a move's okay here. Move it, pop the capacitor. No chance of a one-shot, but I think we got a good chance to do a lot of damage. That was like 250 damage, holy fuck. Yep, about 250. I would disagree. Then I guess we're at a dilemma. How are you doing, Void? How's your shoulder? I saw your message in, Oh, we got the engine crate. Yeah, super lucky. Hopefully your shoulder's doing a bit better. I saw your message in Kitty's channel. Lerm turret. What are you? Light laser. So that's 2 mediums. That could also be 2 mediums. In that case, the Lerm turret is probably the worst. Caused by a witch, right? Sounds about right, yeah. It's healing, goodly, just, you know, some kind of magic caused the injury. Yeah. Magic injuries do seem to be common these days. Okay, another good kill. One, two. Not enough to one-shot. Super close, though. I'm actually amazed we got through 3 turrets in one turn. The 3 minutes are impossible to turn together, so it's probably a witchcraft. Sounds about right to me. Yeah, I'll take it. Persephone, have you played much of BattleTech before? I think we had like a small conversation on BattleTech. Previously. I think you mentioned you played it, but curious like how much. Turn the PPC off. Actually, surprisingly cool. This thing is really... Oh, it's got an exchanger in it. Yeah, makes sense. Good kill. Right. So that's the first turret down. That could have been an LB-20. Now that I think about it, that could have actually been an AC-20 or an LB-20. If it was an LB, I really want to take it, but I very much doubt it was. Light engine. XL engine. Okay. Or weapon group isn't saving MW5 anymore. If you do it inside of a mission, it depends on the mech if it saves or not. If you do it in the menu, like inside the mech lab, it will almost always save. Like, if you do it in the mission, it's like 50-50 at best. That's just the vanilla thing. Alright, let's get everyone moving. I want to get everyone to at least, like, a decent... like, decently close. I'd say one more turn and we're good. Yeah, I'd say that's close enough. I don't want to be, like, fucking about too much. So, you go there. Spectre, you're in. That's not close enough? Okay, fair enough. I won't say no to an extra turn. I probably should have done the Spectre first, because then I know where the enemies were spawning. Okay, usual spot. Got a crosscut, laser centurion, a striker, and I don't know how you pronounce that. My brain immediately went to sex, but I think it's something like a Sox. Who knows? Or a Saix, I guess. That's a Roman sword, isn't it? Is that a Roman sword? It was like a short blade, wasn't it? Was it Roman? Wait, which is the sword? Actually more Germanic. Really? I was going to say, my second guess would have been Gladius. Yeah, I was going to say Anglo-Saxon would be the second. More towards... Yeah. Yeah. It was a really short blade, wasn't it? Yeah, Anglo-Saxon. Yeah. I knew it was that era. Interesting. There's a weapon of choice was this. Okay. Ranges from dagger to a small sword. Yeah. Yeah. I know bits of history. Medieval is probably my favorite era in, like, anything. Like, man. If there was, like, a medieval version of BattleTech, it's pronounced Saxo. I thought it was called Sex. That's why I was a bit skeptical when I first said it. Like, that was longer than others at the time. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's effectively a knife, but it was considered a short sword, which is why I remember it. I know my history, kind of. Sexy suck. Yeah. Exactly sucked. Man. Imagine if there was like a medieval version of BattleTech. I know there's King Arthur, which is actually a really cool game. I really should go back to trying to complete that. It just runs like ass on my PC. I think it crashed my PC, which is why I stopped playing it. But that was a really cool game. I know there's War Tales, but that's not quite what I'm looking for. War Tales isn't quite right. Battle Brothers is like the only game that's kind of there. But there's too much traveling for me on Battle Brothers. How do you manage load times in this mod? A mix of... I've got it on an SSD. And I've kind of just got used to it. My main strategy is set the mission to load and go for a cup of tea. Not even kidding. So, yeah, you kind of just deal with it. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. Yeah, it's pretty much what you do. I try to line up mission load times with the ad break or RAM. More RAM doesn't speed up the loading. Well, okay, I guess it does a little bit. More RAM increases the time it takes for the memory leak to fuck you over. Ooh, good hit. SSD and CPU is the most important for load times, I think. I would say if you got 16 gig, RAM isn't too important. With 32 gig, so I get way more than that set to it. The only time where I crash before 6 hours is urban maps. If I do, purely urban maps. Otherwise, I can do like 6 to 8 hours, and by like the 8th hour, it starts to have a heart attack. Yeah, exactly. You did quite a few urban maps, so that's kind of why. I have 128 gig, and apparently 256 now, and you want it. You have 128 gig? What are you doing? Running the Microsoft servers? And you have the mod separate from the game file. Yes and no, but it's not recommended. So, some of it, I just hate memory leaks, fair enough. Some of it has to be installed with the mod, Frick. And some of it can be saved in a separate location. However, the separate location one is what affects the load times. So, your load times will still be slow if you don't put it on the SSD as well. Yeah, it's best to have them both. And it can cause issues having them in separate places as well, on top of that. But, you know... Holy artillery. Hold up. Why did you ask for me to come here? Thumper turret, thumper turret. HBack 10. What the fuck? Man. I trapped her and it wouldn't come out. Bannerlord, every time you open the menu, had a... Yeah. I remember that. I've actually been playing a little bit of Bannerlord, like, on and off in my own time. That's a game that I really enjoy, but I don't know if I would ever enjoy streaming it. Because the gameplay is way too fast. It's full release next month. It's not ready for full release. That is not ready for full release. Unless they also drop a huge patch with it. Which they might. Yeah. Come on, capacitors. How much is it? Is it 20%? 20% more damage. Mate, September, we're going headshot crazy these days. Wait, didn't you also headshot a Centurion yesterday? It was a Centurion you headshotted yesterday, weren't it? Oh, it was a chameleon. Right. Yeah, this motherfucker's got chainsaws. Well, if you blow off a side torso, from a chameleon, yeah. Don't forget, it's based on how many parts you blew off previously. A headshot, if you do purely a headshot, blowing off one part is fine. The moment you blow off 2 parts, you get less loot. You take care of this. That was awful. Come a chameleon. Come and go. Free evasion, sure. ERPPC Pirate. That is the fastest way to overheat your mech that I'm aware of. Ooh, Deadfire Lerms. That's interesting. Oh, that crosscut just got murdered by those turrets. Wow, okay. Double open flanks, that's not bad. Faster off, try and keep our heat down. I guess going for the back actually makes more sense. Because then we either hit the back or we hit open, pretty much open sides. Don't miss and hit the building. Thank you. I attack for good measure. Who dropped mines? Must have been the sex, I guess. Oh, is he dropping mines as well? Oh, yeah, he does have a mine dispenser, right. Yeah, I think he has a mine dispenser 15, actually, now that you mention that. Okay, that was a bit underwhelming. Normally, blackouts kind of deliver. I guess not always. Getting turrets on the first one was pretty unfortunate. It does depend on what type of turret it was. They want the Centurion. They're gonna give me how much? I don't want the Centurion. You can have it. How many PPCs? 20% chance to misfire when firing in ER and damage mode. Right. I don't like misfire chance. I can take a couple. Oh wait, night vision. I need that. AC-20 precision. I need that. LRM mag pulse. Dead fire. I probably should take Chaff. Doesn't do much, but it's nice to put on like an LRM5. Follow the leader is where shit gets interesting. I'll take one. Again, I really don't like him. Like, it's not worth the heat. So it always has a 20% chance. It can only be ER or damage. So there's always a 20% chance to misfire. That's awful. 20% is so high. We got 3 of them. I'll take it. Sell that, sell that. 200 engine. Sell it. Sell all the stuff that's just like generic. Double bin of Lerm. I guess I'll keep hold of that. I doubt I'll ever use it. So there was 4 parts to Centurion up for grabs. That's interesting, considering I blew off the side torso and the head. I'm surprised we still got 4 parts. I guess it's not too surprising. The side torso was blown off after the head. So I wonder if that made a difference. I think it does. I think any body part destroyed after the killing blow doesn't count. Unless you destroyed a weapon, and then it does count.